What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you want to know how to draw really cool stylized Christmas cards like this to give to your family, stick around because I'll be taking you on the process how you can do exactly that just now. So let's go. And we have a very interesting comment here from someone who goes by the name of Squeak1, and he writes, "Yo, can you draw a graffiti Christmas card or something with a Christmas theme?" And this got a few likes and a few comments, so I think to myself, why the hell not? It is Christmas, let's get in the Christmas spirit and do a Christmassy Christmas card. There ain't gonna be no other kind of Christmas card, as you probably can guess, but let's keep it Christmassy. First of all, I'm gonna take you back to year 2 in school, if you remember. We're gonna grab yourself a piece of card, okay? And then you're gonna do this, you ready for it? Boom! Now you have yourself a card shape. Once you've got your card shape, preferably use card itself so you have something strong and sturdy, and then it'll actually stand up, because this thing is just like a wet paper towel, and then, oh. Okay, I take that back. Use paper if you want, because that works too. Anyway, let's jump straight into it, okay? So obviously it's a rectangle shape. This is just a bigger rectangle, so now I can show you guys more easily on the camera. I'll take out a little bit, full view. Let's get straight into the Christmas card. Okay, first of all, we want something in the central space, meaning just something that's more focal and is the main part of the card for this design. Could be a snowman, elf, Santa Claus, reindeer, use your imagination, come up with something super Christmassy on your own, and then you could place it in the middle. For today, I'm choosing Santa. I can't go through every design because we haven't got the time, and I'm only one man. So, that being said, let's do a Santa Claus. First thing, he's the center object. He's the main piece. Think of us as making a meal. This is the meat. The rest of the things we put around will be the vegetables. Hope you're following along. It makes sense as we go, so stick around. Okay, for the Santa, we're drawing a base shape. Let's keep it jolly and round, something friendly. A friendly shape. Shapes in themselves hold different natures. Some shapes are more aggressive. Triangles are quite aggressive. Aggressive triangle, you meet in a dark alley, it's probably gonna shank you. Avoid it. Here, round circles, soft, gentle. Give it a cuddle, give it some love. That's what we're going with today. Center line, as you know right now. Now this will tell us where he is facing. He is gonna be facing this way. If I was this way, it'd be facing off this way. For this Santa today, he'd be looking over here, facing the audience, half masked, half done. For this left side, now we're gonna put a socket in place for the eye. Like a skull, okay? If we want, we can build up on the skull. And the same for this one. This one's gonna be smaller than this. These are the two shapes. It's like a rectangle, but you could do rectangle if you're complicated with the shape. And this is more of a squashed oval. They are the sockets. Give you a quick tip now. You want to imagine this shape, the circle, exists within a box, a cube. Okay? Why am I doing this, you may ask? I'll tell you just now, so be patient with me. This tells you the three-dimensional form of the circle. So right now, that is moving further away from the viewer. The closest point is actually this point here. That's where the viewer is seeing, and the perspective is now pushed here. So the ear, if you didn't have this here and you do a beginner artist, your ears will then come out like this. And then it starts looking weird. But now you know, because this is pushed back, following these lines, the ear will have more of this shape. It's more pushed back. That's just an example. I don't want that ear. I'll draw a proper ear later, but I'm just explaining to you why that is the case. Okay, now the two eye sockets are in place. Now we can know where to place the eyeballs themselves. If you wanted to, you could just do 2 circles if you're not comfortable with being complex. But keeping it loose, I'm just going to draw half circles for now, just more than half. And same here, like so. You know my style, it's got a bit of a cheeky darkness to it. So I'm just going to put an eyelash in. Eyelash is just line, like so. To cut it off, that cuts off the circle. And then another one above, that's big there and comes in small here. And then we're just going to shade this off. You can do this thicker if you want to have some thicker eyelashes. If it's a women character, you can add actual lashes breaking off. That really helps just tell you the person that it is a female character. Because it's Saint Nick and I want him to have some big rosy cheeks, I'm actually going to add the cheek by doing the same shape as the eye, but flip it here. Like so. And now this helps me to tuck in the eye. So here, I'm just going to do some loose lines around. Let the pencil do the work for you. Don't you concentrate too much on individual lines. You are just letting the pencil, look, just putting lines in like so. Just like that. Sometimes as a little tip, above the eyelash, I like to put a few lines, especially if it's an older character, because Santa's not exactly in his prime anymore. I mean, he's got like 60,000 years old, so I want to add a few more lines to show, you know, he's aged a bit. He's got a bit of wear and tear. He's vintage. And what I'll do actually is I'm just going to darken up this side here so you can see clear on the camera, and then yeah, and then I'll just keep going throughout. So I'll add a few dark lines. Then it's a bit more easier for you to see. I don't want anyone falling behind. Bum, bum, bum. You can do the same at home if you're at this stage and you're confident. And there's where the eye sits. Perfect, just like that. And I'm just blacking this in for now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Obviously surrounding area, I'm gonna leave for now. I'll blacken the whole thing out later. I just want you to see where the eyes are sat. This side, I'm almost copying this, but I'm going to angle it up a little bit. So from this point to this point, up again, but the same principle. These little ticks. And this will cut the circle off once again. Once you can do one eye, the other eye comes just behind. You just want to make sure you're playing with perspective. And again for the bags, loose lines, okay, loose. And I'm saying loose is don't think, just follow this shape here, this round shape, and follow. Let the pencil do the work. Just tap it in. And with the cheek, I want the same here, so I'm gonna do the exact same, mirror it, boom. And add a few more lines around here. Maybe do some of those little cherry circles around, just like so. Now we have the bridge of the nose. The bridge of the nose is arched from this point. There's a center line here, and then it hits the center line, and it comes down. Keep those lines loose, remember. I don't wanna see anybody going like this as they're putting that line in, like it has to be perfect first time. Scrap that. Perfection doesn't exist here. We are just having fun and building shapes as we go. So then we're following that around now. It's wrinkled, there's a lot of wrinkles, and we're just putting lines in. There's no thought. You can see by the movement, there's no real thought. I know lines exist here, so I'm just pulling around the shapes. The reason being, once again, the reason being is when we're gonna darken this out, you have full selection of more lines that you can pick naturally instead of just one line. If you are here being that perfect line, you have one line. You have one choice to pick and you're messing up. You don't want to just rely on one choice. You want to have a selection of choices so later on you can choose what you want to put in and what you want to leave out. And that is key. Stop committing so early, relax, and let it just build its own form. Like right now, the nose, bam. The nose is following that center line and it's going to come off because this is curved. And it will be like this. For this, we are drawing a triangle. Kind of triangle, that's a triangle. Aggressive triangle, once again, we have an aggressive shape. Bam, comes up. And from there, we can start putting the nostril and the, what's it, nostril? Yeah, the nostril. What am I thinking? Thinking about something else then. I'm trying to think of the specific name of that part of the nostril, but it is just a nostril. And for Santa, I want to do them quite big, so make it big. If you want a smaller nostril, go smaller. And that just sits right on this quadrant here, like so. Now the nose, a lot of problem. People think, oh, my nose looks flat, it looks boring, blah, blah, blah. This is a small trick right now to give the nose. Once you learn this trick, you'll be doing it to every single character, I promise you. It's got a big fat nose. I want Santa to have a big nose. I don't know why in my head he has a big nose, but he does. But the trick I'm gonna teach you, if I stop talking so much, is this, okay? The nose is in 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, okay? And what we're gonna look to do is, say part 1 ends there, okay? Here, we're gonna take this shape, flip it again, bring it down, and around. From there, this now has to be the same shape, but stretched to part 3. 1, 2, 3, like this. Keep going, here's the center, and then it bends up. This is the trick, okay? This is the trick. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now, might be risky actually because the nose, is just blacken it out what we put in. 1, 2, 3, what I taught you. This is how confident I am in why this is so effective. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And once you've got it, just happy, happy, happy. Boom, boom, boom. Grab yourself your pencil, and if you've got spray paint or a paint, same technique exactly. And now from here, just shade down. But as you let the line lift off as you go. So you have a very natural fade downwards. Dark point to light. With spray paint right now, I'll be spray painting up from here, but with a pencil, I'm just sketching it in. And there you go, your nose now has a complete new dimension. You want to hit a few highlights here. Boom, perfect. You made it this far, you're doing good, stick with it. Things will come together. If you're a little bit lost, doesn't matter, you can just stay and watch. And I'm guaranteed you'll learn something. From here, I'm doing a line again. And I've got to set up for his big bushy beard. So his nose is done. If I was to do this at home, I'd be taking a lot more time, by the way, guys. So if you are slow or struggling, make sure to pause the video as you go or rewatch bits where you're a little bit lost, because it can be a lot to take in at times. I do understand, but you're doing good. You're here anyway, so you're doing good. All you gotta do is keep going. For this, I want to give him, okay, so he's obviously got a fat face because Santa's a fat guy. But I'm gonna give it a small indication of cheekbone, which might be a bit risky because Santa might be looking like he's on that keto diet if I be putting too many lines on the cheekbones. But I want to just put it in there as an indication to line up the beard. And the beard, for now, I'm just gonna round it off, okay? So, no detail. I'm gonna do it like a strap, like it's strapped to his face, okay? Boom. That just gives me the idea of where I want to line the beard later. No detail, like I said, but it's just there. For the lips here, the lips are going to sit on the bottom of the very first foundational lines of the circle, and that's where the opening is going to be. So just draw a small diamond like that, just for now. I'm going to keep it simple because I don't really want to get too confused with everybody. So, like so. And then I want to give him a big bottom lip. So for a bottom lip, it's just a rectangle, is the basic shape. But where we have this box in, this is where you just unlock the secret. Follow the rectangle. It starts off big this end, just facing the audience, right? Small as it gets here. But it's just drastic. Look, if we can measure that compared to that, this is a lot longer. Well, not a lot longer, it's just small longer. But if you can incorporate that throughout the design, you are winning. You will have full understanding of how to bend your own perspective. Okay, and obviously he has a beard. So now we can pick the beard because the lip is in place. But also with the beard, I'm gonna give him, I don't know, I feel like I can give this Santa a cigarette because he gets stressed out every time of the year. He's lugging on those presents by himself. Only company he's got is some blooming reindeer. So you know, he's having a fag maybe. Maybe he's got something in that fag that ain't PG. But we can't talk about it on YouTube anymore because I'll get demonetized. So anyway, there we go with the cigarette right now. That later on will lead me up to some more smoke. I could add into the design, make that Christmas card extra festive. But I can now do the beard. If you are struggling with beard, don't commit too early. The same with the other bits of the face. So here, let's just do it in shapes, okay? Shape 1. Give him like a Mexican beard, not more. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's got like a big bushy beard, we're gonna give him like Mexican handles. Because that then connects to his beautiful side bits. I don't know what you call them in beards, it's just side beards. I don't really know. It's not a sideburn, obviously, but you get my drift. You get my drift. Put that in place, and the same for this. So we're bringing it all in now. Bringing it all in. At the bottom, we're just going to do him like a small little goatee. Don't know if that exists in Santa. I'm sort of going off the head, but I feel like it's correct. Like he needs that. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Santa is looking good, I must say. Once you've got that in place, we're now going to pull the beard forward. We need more shape now because it's too symmetrical. So what we're going to aim to do is bring the beard but exaggerate that forward. Boom! Can you see it happening already? Boom! You guys need to just get that loose lines in. Let the pencil do the work, as I keep saying, and you'll be surprised with what comes up. So now he's got like a big demon goatee beard. If you are new to this channel and you're thinking, why is this Santa so dark? My style is, no, I wouldn't say dark, I would just say it's very unique. So if you are joining and thinking, why is Santa so dark, I want to do a happy Christmas card, you're going to end up with something better, I'm afraid. So stick around, follow along, and give this to your parents on Christmas Day, and I'm sure they're going to love it. They will love the new Christmas card you made now. Alright, beard looking bushy, looking good, he's looking sexy and trim. I kind of feel like he needs some food in his beard, but if you do that, he will start to look homeless. So we're going to leave it there for now. Let me just write out these guidelines. Okay, and that is a rough a rough indication. I kind of rate the beard, you know. I kind of like the way it's not so soft. It's definitely unique. Okay, okay, okay. Now for above the eyes, I'm gonna do it so he's got like folds. Okay, no eyelid, no eyebrow for now. So for that, we're just doing these ticks up top. Boom, 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 come out. With this side of the head, we're pulling back in. Looking like a biker Santa. And of course, Santa has on his head that beautiful Christmas hat. Beautiful. And I'm gonna follow that box across and down. Now for the ears, just do 2 circles. One this side, and another coming off this side here. Because we've got the box here, we know we're a bit easier to pick shapes. For the ears that are in place, you just want to do a line come from the head, that's the top fold. I might do a whole tutorial on ears actually, because there are different ways you can do it. But for now, I'm just throwing in these shapes. And then these little ticks, one here, show the fold. Pow. If you are strong with ears, you can literally go on Google, look at ear pictures, and they'll show you how to add a few bits in. And it's at this point you can start to size up your image and realize if there's anything you don't like versus anything you do like and you want to keep within the face. So for the eyebrow, I might just give him, I'm going to give him like super bushy eyebrows. So for this, we're just going to draw one line that will guide it. And then we just bring another line like that. Boom. And the same with this here. Pow, pow, pow. Okay. It's starting to come together now. Look at the drawing that you've done and have a look yourself and make some judgment calls. There might be some parts you really like and you're just going to leave in the image. But if anything you want to get rid of, I would use now to take the time to say, okay, I don't like this bit, or I do like this bit, I want to exaggerate like the circles here. Boom. Maybe some more there, some aggressive lines. Like here, I want to add a few more lines coming from just this point so it's more snarled up. And you end up with this. But once you're happy with it, go through it, find out what you like and what you don't like, and then make some adjustments from there. Don't be afraid to adjust as you go. That's the whole point of having rough, sketchy lines at the beginning, is the fact you can make adjustments. For the hat, we're just going to do it so there's a little, this sort of shape, like a square and it has a triangle coming off, and on the back, let's do the Christmas ball thing. Really loose right now, and the hat will fold. First you're going to have this ribbon bit, so here, where this line is, you just want to follow that across, that's the white bit of the hat. No detail lines right now, let the pencil do the work, and you know, if you know the boxes here and the circles in place, you know the hat's going to come up and sit back down. It has to come for the base shape and the foundation line. But the looser you are at the beginning, trust me, the better and more free flowing the design will be towards the end. So here I'm just putting some folds in the hat with just lines cutting across for now, because later on I'm going to figure that out. Give it the guidelines, like so, and you end up with Santa looking like this currently. That is the head. That's the basic of the head. And what I'm gonna do, because the focal point is the crown jewel of your Christmas card, the first thing your mum and dad's gonna see when they open it and you leave your little message inside, this is gonna be the thing they see. Beautiful. What I'm gonna do is just darken up the face, and then we are gonna move on to the body and surrounding area together. The surrounding area for this card is gonna be a cool element. That would be the things like Merry Christmas or a little message, or some rain in the back. That's all gonna tie in later on. So right now, just gonna darken it up so you guys can see clearer, and then we can move forward to the rest of your Christmas card. it looks just like this. I wanted to do this first so it's blacked out, you can see clearly. And now we're gonna build up everything else around your Christmas card. If you remember the card shape, it was like, well, bigger than this. What we're gonna do is something I like to call making the border, then we're breaking the border. So instead of doing the border here, which most people do, we are gonna do it so the image breaks the border. By that, this is what happens. You add a complete new dimension to your image. So here would be a good place to break the image where this is coming over the border. Many comic artists use this technique, especially when the first Spider-Man comics came out. I can't remember his name, you probably know it way better than me, but his illustrations broke many borders and it really gives the whole thing a whole new dynamic. So here roughly, I'm pinning in the smoke, here's breaking border. It's breaking bad, baby. And we'll just put a line in there. So if you imagine this is your Christmas card, the card will still have these edges, and then this will be breaking and you open it and inside is £20 from your grandma, falling out on the floor, acting like you didn't see it, that kind of thing going on. Now we can break it, guys. Now we're breaking the rules. Make the rules to break the rules is how we want to go. Bam, the smoke's coming through. Here's a cool little trick here in the smoke. Little bonus lesson, it's like we put a small faint line, okay? We won't have the line touching here or here. It's just there, because now the border becomes another element of the actual image. This is really effective as well, guys, if you want to make things look really complex or almost like an illusion to the eye. Do this little trick to your illustration work and just look how much it improves, okay? Usually I wouldn't do the board until near the end, but I'm just sharing it now because why not? It's coming with Christmas. I'm gonna give you all those gifts for absolutely free. Absolutely zero. Okay guys, so now we have the rest of the image here. As you can see, there's space here. But what we're gonna do is start off by putting a hand. Okay, hands once again are a massive thing to give the whole image a lot of dynamic and tell more of a story. Let's just do Santa here with one hand here, and let's do him holding a present, okay? So here for the hand, we're drawing this shape which comes into two parts, the two rectangles that connect, and there'll be a fold in the middle, right there. And here we can connect the fingers. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on hands, there is one on my channel. Feel free to check it out, and that will help you to distinguish how to do hands in way more detail and in a multitude of ways. So there's one hand there. Santa's looking like he's creeping. And what we'll do is put a thumb here. And let's actually put the other hand here. What we're gonna do is just put two hands in, so it looks like he's diving into his Christmas sack, ready to get a present out. I'm just gonna do this loose for now because what I wanna do is put something here, a message for the person opening this lovely, beautiful, elegant Christmas card. So for this, you wanna just do the text, okay? We'll put Merry Xmas, okay, in like a cool graffiti style. Obviously you've got these borders now to play, so you can add the element of one to end here, your two lines to put your text, and now you can start building text on each line. So here we want the M. We're just gonna write Merry Christmas, Merry Xmas, really basic font. If you wanted to add more detail here and you have your own letters, if you are a graffiti writer, obviously you probably know letters already, so you add your graffiti letters. Now it's time for you to add surrounding elements to your own image. And play with it, guys, play with it. Although I'm here showing you like what to do, you know yourself what you want to add and what you want to take away. You might see some things you think, I would have done that differently. If you feel that way, you do that because you want to be an original artist. You don't want to be a copy of me. And I highly, highly encourage you to find your own style. But saying that, sometimes by following a tutorial or following someone's steps, along that journey is where you find your style. So keep on putting in the work, keep on pushing forward, and just keep on doing what feels right for you. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. As long as you're feeling things are going right, that's all that matters. So there's Merry, and then we just put a giant X, Dr. X, bam. X marks the spot. Xmas. Well, I should do like, is it Xmas, like X-Men? I don't know, but we're doing that anyway. That could be wrong, guys. I'm not here teaching English, so that's a different lesson on YouTube if you want to find that. Merry Xmas. And then we put the S just slunking down. This is very rough, obviously, guys, but the main details that I'm worried about is sitting in where Santa is. Okay, Merry Xmas. Now you can start seeing it all come together. Here we're gonna do him maybe. Let's do him with a bag on his back. So the bag of toys is here, going off frame again. Can you see how that sort of frame just adds such a cool illusion? And let's just follow that shape of the bag with the body here. A simplistic body. I feel like the face is so detailed, it's got so much going on that sometimes putting simple elements around just makes it look even more detailed. It's kind of like those weird twisted girls that have an ugly friend that hang around them. They put him next to him and it makes them look even better. If you do simple shapes around here or simple things around, it actually draws more focus to the detail. That's another cool little tip. And a lot of portrait artists use that as well. They put so much detail in the eyes as a little side lesson that then the round, if they keep it simpler, it literally acts as a contrasting point to the eyes, and the eyes look way more in focus because surrounding areas aren't too much in detail. It's a trick, it's an illusion. Some of the dark arts right there. I will actually have this hand coming over the letters a little. I think I have them coming over, but this forearm being behind the letters adds a bit of dimension. And now we'll just pull that back here. Santa is looking grimy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He is looking grimy. But we all know it's Santa. Maybe he's just tired of his job. Maybe he needs a new job. And from here now, you've got the bag here. We could have maybe a skull or something on the bag, add a cool element, a story twist. Maybe it's not even Santa, maybe it's someone who's just nicked hand, it's impersonating Santa. And then here is obviously the collar coming down, bam, in the middle, bam. A lot of it is hidden behind the hands. That still means it's important though, guys. Don't think because it's hidden it's not important. Boom, the bag can go here. Coming behind the head. And here we can just have him holding the other end of the bag. Really loose lines, building it up as we go. And then some legs here, starting to be creeping. Ho, ho, blimmin' ho. And there we have it, guys. That is the basics form, and you want to go for the same pattern as we did with the face with darkening things up. But you might be asking, okay, there's still some elements here going on. Well, that's where you can just let your imagination go wild. Let's make it look a bit crazy. Let's put some presents up here. Presents are just going to be boxes basically with a ribbon on top. I wish I could tell you more, guys, but that's it. That little box up here, can you see that? In a little bow. You could add some little faces to it if you want it to be cute. That's totally up to you now. Now we're just talking about stylizations of a drawing. You don't even have to add a present. You could add a reindeer up here, a naughty elf maybe, or things that relate to your family. Maybe draw a little Christmas tree. Oh, it's a Christmas tree just popping off here. Pop, pop, pop. Christmas time. How much Christmassy things can you think of? And now we need another tree. And with the effect with the border, the tree is in the smoke. Now there's not really much I can explain to you because now it's just building up certain shapes, and I need you to rely on your imagination. So with that being said, let's see if I can tell you anything else. Anything else I really should tell you? I don't think there is. I think you guys are smart enough to know what I'm trying to say about putting things in yourself. Now what you're going to do is exactly the same as we've done at the beginning. Grab your darker pencil. What have I got here? 2B or a Faber-Castell, Faber-Fiber, whatever you want to say. We're going to blacken things up, leave it looking super clean. And at the end, I'm going to tell you a little bit more, a little secret if you wanted to color this image. Obviously it's black and white. You don't want to be giving black and white presents out to everyone unless you're Wednesday Addams. But if you want some color, stick around at the end. We can speak about that. But yep, use your pencils, pick up the lines you want. Anything you don't want, just dash it, don't use it. And then we will have a final design for a beautiful Christmas card that will make your mother smile. Whoopee! And that's it, guys. That is how you create your own unique Christmas card. Thank you very much for Sweek1 for suggesting today's drawing on how to create a Christmas card. Hopefully you got a couple days left. You can get your Christmas cards ready, send them out to your family, and when they receive this beautiful handmade illustration, they're just gonna be so grateful that you're sharing that Christmas spirit with everyone. So if you made it this far, seriously, on a serious note, fair play to you, because you put in some work and you be out here creating. Each day we getting better together, and that's all we can wish for. As always with these videos, you need to say a thank you to the Patreons, because they are supporting the channel and allowing me the time to create these and give back free art to the whole world. So thank you, Patreons. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the ones running the show. As always, hope you've been staying well, you stay blessed, you all keep creating, enjoy the process, and peace, 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 peace.